Okay.
And that is your Game Boy Advance startup screen ASMR. Please like and subscribe, and
I'll be back next week with
Among Us playthrough.
Among Us plushie mutilation.
Among Us sex toy. Okay.
So BioShock.
Yeah.
You were talking about BioShock or something. I don't.
Yeah. So because we're talking about how Ori has like a self-concluded ending, which I can totally praise it for. Or because like that's why I like BioShock Infinite so much. Is like because like when you finish BioShock Infinite, like the base game, like it has a concluding ending. But when you play DLC, it's like actually like it just it's one of the great definitions of this extending the story, where everything just makes sense. And they do it in just like 4 hours. Well, both of them combined, it's like for a 4-hour experience.
4 hours for both expansions, you're saying?
Like together, yeah. So like 2 hours each around.
Come on, lock on, finger.
And so, and like once the ending of the last expansion, it just like comes full circle. That like it's the whole BioShock story, and that's what I love about it so much. Because like there are rumors about another one coming up. I don't think it's been confirmed yet.
Who knows?
Like the title already leaked and stuff.
Yeah,
like
what was it called again? Something weird.
Yeah,
like
it was
Forever.
Yeah, it was a weird title. Like it did not.
Sounds
fit.
like Assassin's Creed Infinity.
I want to talk about the Infinity subtitle later, but like how every game uses it, but so like this next one I'm really worried about, honestly, because like the trilogy just did a I want to say duology, because BioShock 2 just doesn't even need to be a thing. Like they did not reference it at all in Infinite, or the like they referenced the first game a lot in Infinite, but not the sequel at all, which I kind of find funny. But like they wrapped it up so well that I'm afraid it's just gonna like become like the sequel just be all like, you know, cliffhangery and like all that stuff. Like I don't like that. And the next game is able to actually create a new unique setting with a new story that is just like completely diverse from the other one. Like it can reference the original trilogy, but as long as it's like is not a direct continuation of it, I'm fine with it. And plus, what kind of unique like world can they make without going back into Rapture or Columbia?
Yeah, because it's like we did underwater, we did in the sky. What now?
Exactly. Oh, volcano.
We do it in an alternate dimension.
Ultimate space.
Yeah, like space station from like the 40s or something.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, I guess.
Would it?
And there are only like so many like oldie like time periods you can choose from. Like you got the 60s. You got the. It feels like you got like the 60s, the 40s, and the 10s, and like the 1910s. Like those seems like the three like unique like time periods that like developers like choose. Which I mean, because another game, like Fallout, those games like they have a 60s style to it.
And like, you know, it makes sense in a little. Like BioShock, it doesn't really make sense. It's just cool.
Exactly, like it's an alternate. They actually explain it pretty well in the expansions.
Okay, well, I've only played the first game.
And why they were able to develop like such advanced technology in like
of aliens.
in the 60s and stuff. It's really weird. I love it so much.
Oh, they're dead.
But yeah, the thing we were thinking about the weird thing about Fallout is that like when the bombs fall, it is not in the 60s. Actually, it's 2077. When
you're 2077, what makes someone a criminal? Getting caught.
But yeah, the whole like when the bombs fell, that was in 2077. You're like, well, how come it's like all 60 themes, like 60 themed, even though it's like 2077? You know?
You're 2077.
So like
Get
I don't know,
outta here.
like to me it just that just created like a lot of really cool mystery and all that, you know? Like it just created this like really weird atmosphere, just like I don't know, I just love that. And then in
Right.
Bioshock 4 they completely explain everything and like what do you think about like games that like they have this like super cool mysterious aura to them, but then in a sequel or something they completely explain all of it to where it's not like mysterious or anything like that, you know?
Dude, that all depends on how it's done. Yeah, like, I completely understand why some people just hate sequels for explaining too much, but, like, to me, it's like, you can only keep the mystery up for so long.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gotta be explained like
I know.
sometime. Like, yeah, like eventually it has to be explained.
like, you don't even know if it ever gets explained in the first or second game.
Right.
And that's the problem with not playing those. Like, I know some people won't ever play them, but, like, I don't know. That's
Like-
why I just like trying out each game in a series.
I think a really bad example. No, you won't get this yet, but like Mother 3, like it develops a super like weird world, and you're like, whoa, this is like super interesting. Like, I wonder how this happened or how that happened. But then later in the game, this one guy just explains everything. Every single itty bitty little thing, just complete exclamation dump, just like, just you just now know everything, and it's just all through text. They don't show anything. They don't. It's just all text, and you just gotta read all of it, and well, there goes like that.
Huh.
That like you need.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's one of the big things I hate about that game. Another one is that like Lucas clearly talks in like the first part of the game, but then once you play as him, no, not a word, like not a peep from him.
No.
And yeah, and it's just like he says like actual conversations.
I beat the level, by the way.
Oh, congratulations! I
Shut
did
up.
it, but I haven't done his mom yet. I must search for his mom. He must know where his mom is.
Oh, I guess it's just a boss fight level. Yeah, like I like the idea of explaining things in the second game. I don't think it's a bad thing. Like in Will of the Wisps, it's not like their intent to sit down and explain everything, but you just find out more. Like you find out more about the light and how it works. Because, you know,
Okay.
in the first game, it's just like, there's
Yeah.
a tree with a bulb in it. Owl took bulb.
But like that created us like this like what is this big tree doing here?
Right,
Like
and
what's
then
this
you had the
mysterious
first, you had the
energy?
first
Yeah.
game for that. The second game explains it. I
Okay,
don't
yeah.
want more than one, like, because then, yeah, you're just going the whole series not knowing anything, and at that point, it's just like, yeah, okay, buddy.
Like with I think like a really big example of this is Fallout. Like
crap, there's too many people. I'm not gonna.
because like I said before, like the original like even like the original games, you're just like, what world is this? You know, like you're thinking, wait, what did this place used to be like before the bombs fell? What, like, how did these people make these civilizations? You know, what happened in this vault? Like, when in New Vegas, one of my favorite parts was that I was just exploring, you know, the Mojave Desert. Suddenly, I see grass. And I'm like, hold up. This place is a nuclear wasteland. How is there grass? So I venture forward, and there are plants everywhere.
Oh, you found like a sacred garden or something?
And I'm like now my interest is so up. I'm like, what is this place? And I see that it leads to a vault.
Hey, Micah.
Hey, Jason. So, abusing the boss, are you?
Game design. Is this even hurting
I don't
him?
think it is hurting him.
Oh gosh.
Oh god. Okay. Anyway, and so I keep. And so there's a vault, and you go in, and there's just more plants. Like the whole place is overgrown by these weird plants. They're not like blooming flowers or anything. They're like these weird, like oddly shaped plants. And so I venture forward into it, and like I read these like diary entries, and it's about this guy who, like, from what I can remember, I probably get this wrong, but it was like a while ago since I played it. But from what I can remember, this guy was just trying to make a new plant to like he's actually trying to make plants that can survive in, like, you know, a nuclear wasteland. But like it goes terribly wrong, and he eventually, like, the nuclear energy, like, eventually, like, invades the plants, and it starts like turning on him, and like it killed him and everything. And it's just like, whoa, like that's all I needed. Because like it sets up so perfect how you first you're engaged about the plant, like the plant here, this is weird. So you go over and you're like, it comes out of it comes out of a vault. So you venture forward into the vault, and you start getting answers. Like, I love that, because then you yourself put together the pieces. It's not some dude or some like other thing that tells you, oh, this is exactly how what happened. It's just like, no. Good storytelling is where the audience gets to put things together. I think that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite telling of storytelling, I guess is just what I should say. Cause like that is so good, and like the ending of like in like Mother 1 too, or Earthbound Beginnings, whatever you want to call it, like
Mother 1.
Yeah, okay. Well, we call it Mother 1 for all you non.
Well, it's just called Mother 1.
Yeah, but there are people who only play the Wii U version, the Wii U port out there.
Which is fine.
Which is fine,
Any way
yeah.
to play it is a good way to play
It
it.
is. But like,
And, yeah.
that game just does an amazing job of letting you put together the pieces. Cause it doesn't even bring up the idea of like a what would you call it? Like, it doesn't bring up an idea of like a of like an actual view story. Like the casual the casual player is just gonna be like, oh, you know, person went missing, aliens invade, you go save the person. You don't really save, but you go, you find the person, and you stop the aliens. Like, that's what most people get out of it. But when you actually look at all the hidden little details, you can practically create your own story from it. And from a game from '89, an NES game from '89, like, I love that so much. When you can actually use your imagination, where there are no borders, where you can just like create in your mind what you thought happens. And I don't know, I love that. I love that about games. And weirdly enough, I didn't even get that from Metal Gear Solid 2 that much. Because like people have like tied in all
Did you say nerd?
I said node, not nerd.
Oh.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Because people have like made all these like connections and everything to Metal Gear Solid 2, and like how it's just a metaphor for like so many things. And I'm just like, I never got that when I played it. It's so interesting hearing other people's like theories and ideas too on like their versions of like the stories, or how the director is like telling it, you know?
Oh my gosh. How do you kill this guy?
Can you do slow motion?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so there are oil spills. Oh wait, we're way over time.
Oh heck.
Yeah.
Dude, I am genuinely lost as to what to do. Like,
Well, we'll
he's
figure
not-
it out in the next episode when I stop poorly explaining about story development and
when
everything.
I'm only half paying attention because I'm trying to beat
You
this.
didn't even
bullet.
listen to what I said.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
It was like Big the Cat saying. Sorry, we're done here. Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year.